The secret method you are about to discover really pisses men off. So turn your volume down and lean in close, because I don't want any men hearing this. I'm about to give you a secret mind control method to brainwash any man into doing what you want, even if he doesn't want to. The second you walk up to any man and use this method on him, you set off a chemical chain reaction inside of his brain known as mental flooding, which causes his brain to become flooded with strong, almost compulsive feelings of intensity, excitement, focus, and obedience. Literally creating a mental fixation inside his brain that makes him not just eager, but compelled to do what you want, even if you never thought he would. Now, I admit this power could definitely be used for evil, and I'll get to that. But first, just imagine what you could do with a method that lets you control a man's mind. You can use it to make that man who practically despises you right now suddenly mentally fixate on being with you and make him so intensely obsessed with you that he can't even stop himself from brutally ignoring any other woman in your favor. You can use it on your ex to have him beg and plead to come crawling back for another chance. You can use it on your bored, disconnected boyfriend or husband to have him so sick with love that he literally can't stop himself from spoiling you rotten just to see a big, cheesy smile spread over your face. You can use it on your partner to make him want to quit drinking or smoking, or maybe just put down his damn phone and focus his 100% attention on you. In fact, you can even use this method to make the most commitment-phobic man of all feel such an intensity of pure desire and love for you that he starts fantasizing out loud about standing next to you at the altar and sliding a wedding ring on your finger. And listen, I know how bizarre this sounds, but I'm really not kidding when I say this method is weird but deadly effective. How do I know? Well, because I've had someone use this method on me. And to tell you what happened, I have to reveal something incredibly personal and deeply embarrassing about me. Something I've never had the guts to tell anyone except my mom before now. So I want you to stop whatever else you're doing and watch this video right now to the end, okay? My name is Mirabelle, and I am an Amazon.com #1 best-selling author and professional relationships coach who's helped over 316,000 women around the world. And as a woman, a wife, a former model, and a well-known dating coach, this is really hard for me to tell you. But on the top of my head is a massive bald spot. A bald spot that I put there because I have an incurable disorder that causes me to pull out my own hair in fistfolds. Now, if you've never heard of this disease before, it might seem weird or even kind of gross to you. But trust me, weird doesn't even begin to cover it. I can tell you right now that this disease has made me so miserable and embarrassed over the years that it felt like my heart was being mangled under piles and piles of boulders. And I won't even tell you about the horrifying experience of being that model with the bald patch. Other than to say, yes, it cost me a lot of jobs. And yes, I went home crying on more than one occasion. Anyway, so why am I telling you all this deeply personal, embarrassing stuff? Well, here's why. One Saturday morning about 6 months ago, my mom came bursting into my house babbling that she'd found someone who could cure my disease. But this someone was not a doctor, not even a therapist. Instead, it was a really scary-looking, really old guy who worked out of his car. He called himself a professional mentalist, which allegedly was the power of mind control. Now, I did not want to see this man. I mean, would you want to let some total stranger prod around inside your head? Plus, I didn't even believe in mind control anyway. But I didn't want to hurt my mom's feelings. So, I agreed to go. And when I got into his car, that's when things got spooky. This old, skinny, bearded guy leaned over and mumbled 8 phrases into my ear. 8 phrases that were so weird and intense and enchanting that I experienced what can only be described as a mental explosion. There really is no other way to describe it, and I could feel my brain melting like butter. totally open, totally defenseless, weirdly and creepily eager to do whatever he told me to do. Now, I'm a pretty skeptical woman, and like I said, I do not believe in things like mind control. But here is where things start to really get weird.